Good morning and welcome to Punahou News Now. I'm Hunter Chow.
And I'm Ben Stratton.
Today we will talk about the Sit-Lie bill, which will prevent homeless from occupying certain areas of downtown Honolulu. Business owners hope that this bill will prevent people from straying away from their businesses. For this, we go live to Stephanie at Wool Center with Mr. Reddy.
Good morning, Hunter. On December 2nd, 2014, the expansion of the Sit-Lie bill was signed into law by Honolulu Mayor Kirk Caldwell. The original bill banned the homeless from occupying city sidewalks and commercial areas in Waikiki. Now, the bill's expansion applies the same regulation to downtown Honolulu and 14 other districts. Opponents argue that the bill indirectly states that being homeless in Hawaii is illegal. They also argued that the original bill did not improve pedestrian safety or regulate pedestrian traffic. I am currently reporting from Punahou School's Wo International Center. Here with me now is Mr. Reddy, who is an economics teacher with an insight about homelessness in Hawaii and the effect of the Sit-Lie bill. To what extent is the issue of homelessness in Hawaii?
Homelessness is a big problem for everyone in Hawaii, residents, tourists. It's a huge economic eyesore for the state, in that the state, we need to take care of one another. We need to provide for our fellow human man. And so that requires different resources that the state doesn't have an unlimited amount of. And so hopefully there are some solutions to revise the entire system to fix the homeless issue.
What has the government done to help homelessness before the bill, if any?
A couple of years ago, I know Governor Abercrombie created a new position, a director of homelessness within the state. And I think that made it a much more real position, in that you had a specific office and individuals who were directed towards fixing that issue, as opposed to in the past where it was kind of piecemealed by different agencies and different offices.
In what areas is homelessness a major issue?
I think it's the entire island. As the homeless the homeless population continues to increase, I think you're seeing pockets of homelessness rise. Certain areas it's definitely more prevalent than other areas, but just because you don't see it, it doesn't mean that it's not an issue to you.
How does homelessness affect the economy?
It becomes, because tourism is such a huge part of our state economy, I don't think tourists, they don't want to be in that type of environment. They want to be in paradise. I think that's why a lot of tourists come. And so homelessness can be a huge negative towards providing that type of fantasy land. But also, I think for us locally, we realize that, there are an impact on businesses. Different individuals, they're not choosing to be homeless. You probably do have a small minority, but I think most want to be in a more stable environment. And homelessness, unfortunately, there are families that are impacted, schools impacted, and so hopefully we can figure out a way to fix and help everyone.
How is the government going about the problem in a bad way?
It's not in a bad way. I just don't think they know, or anybody knows, what is the right way. It's not as if homelessness is specific to just Oahu or Hawaii or the United States. It exists all over the world, and there's probably not one solution to solve homelessness. It's going to take a myriad of different solutions to really fix the problem.
In what other way could the government attack this issue?
The government has built shelters. These bills, I think, that they're putting in are to hopefully try to get individuals into different shelters rather than residing on sidewalks and benches and things like that. And I think they're also trying to take care of the interest of local businesses who perhaps don't want, and people who ride the bus and things like that. People are using the sidewalks and things like that. So they're really trying to please and take care of an entire community. And it's unfortunate that solutions, they're going to have proponents, they're going to have opponents to it.
What are the potential negative effects of the bill?
It becomes an issue of, okay, if homeless individuals aren't going to be in these locations, where are they going to be? And so I don't think the government really wants to just drive them away, and I don't think that their intent is to sweep the problem under the rug. I think they're trying to figure out different issues and different solutions, and unfortunately just haven't figured out one solution to really fix the problem at this time.
Will the bill solve the problem on homelessness?
No, not by itself. Again, it's moving homeless individuals from one area to an undefined area, and so in order to really enforce the bill, you're going to need law enforcement to manage. And currently you're not allowed to sleep on the beach, but there are individuals that do, and almost entire communities that exist. And I don't think it's that the law enforcement doesn't see it. It's just, where are they going to go? And so I think until we can figure out ways to get those homeless individuals who want help, who want their families taken care of, into more permanent types of housing in order to help them and get them on their feet so that they are proactive and being, significant parts of the economy and the population. Just moving people off of sidewalks and benches isn't really solving the issue.
What are the effects of the sit-lie law in Waikiki?
Again, you're moving people away from high traffic, high tourist areas. And I think those high tourist areas, they want to just see paradise. They want to be in a fantasy land. Homelessness is real, and it's one of those issues that when you're on vacation, perhaps, you want to get away, and that's not something that you want to see. Unfortunately, it exists, and it's real, and it's part of our state's issues. And it's fine to say, okay, we're going to move people off of the benches and the streets, but where are they going to go? They are here. We can't pretend like they're not here, and have to figure out ways to solve that.
Mm-hmm. What are the potential negative effects of this bill?
You could have an increase in violence. You might have individuals who refuse to move, and law enforcement might have to get physical in order to do that. Again, it's where are they going? If they're not going to be there, what areas of the island, the park exist for them? And hopefully more will take advantage of the different shelters. I don't know off the top of my head if there are enough beds and shelters that exist to house all of the homeless population. I do know there are some individuals who don't like the different shelter rules or like the freedom of being on their own, and so perhaps that's why they don't go to a shelter. But I think when you have families and things like that, it is important, for health, emotional, for the kids, for the parents, to really get them in more permanent housing.
Thank you, Mr. Reddy. Now back to you, Bun.
Thank you, Stephanie and Mr. Reddy, for your insight on the sit-lie bill. That is all we have for now, and we will give you more updates as they become available. Hunter?
Now on to our next topic. The Christmas card makery, which became a popular event for Academy students last year, is no longer being held at the Cook Library. For more on that, we send it over to Mele at the Cook Library.
I'm currently standing in front of Cook Library, where Academy students made their Christmas cards for their friends and family last year. Here with me now is Casey Nam, a senior at Punahou School. So Casey, did you make a Christmas card last year?
I did. I made a Christmas card for my friend Ronley Laka Laka. We're both really stressed out, and it was a difficult time in our life because of all the schoolwork that we're given. So we both made a card together. We made them for each other, and it really changed my life.
So do you know who put on the Christmas card makery?
I believe it was the library, Auntie Deb, and the other lady, I forgot her name.
Miss Miyoshi?
Miss Miyoshi, yeah. Miss Miyoshi, yeah, my favorite teacher.
Would you want to see the Christmas card makery this year?
Only, of course. I'll definitely go back in there and make another one.
Do you know who you would make one for?
For my friend Ronley again. He's kind of stressed out, so I think it'd be important that if I made one for him.
Thank you. As you can tell, many high school students enjoy making these Christmas cards during the holiday season. Having this activity at school makes it convenient for students to set time aside to spread the holiday spirit to their loved ones. Reporting live from Cook Library at Punahou School, I'm Mele Coito. Now, back to you, Bun.
Thank you, Mele. Man, I remember seeing the Christmas card maker in the library last year. There are so many colorful pens, construction paper, and there's glitter all over the tables. The kids look pretty happy making all these Christmas cards for their friends and family.
Yeah, they did. Last year, I even made a card for my friend. It's a lot better than buying a card at the store.
Yeah.
Yeah, people always love the homemade gifts.
It's unfortunate that the library isn't hosting the Christmas card makery this year. It was great. It was a great idea and had a lot of positive benefits to the campus. We now go to Kaitlyn and Teriyama, who will tell us a bit more about the Christmas card makery and its benefits.
Hi, Bun. As we all know, it's necessary to have an outlet during this stressful time. The Christmas Makery provided students with a positive distraction to relieve them of some of their stress. I recently interviewed Sarah Slater, an AP psychology teacher and one of the psychosocial department's heads. Sarah incorporates arts and crafts into her classes to give students a creative outlook and a break from stress. She tells us the various factors of stress and how students can prevent it.
I think when students start to feel overly stressed, they might turn to coping strategies that aren't always the healthiest. So I see a lot of students who sometimes get to the point where they are like emotionally breaking down just because they're so exhausted mostly. They're not sleeping, they're staying up late to do their work. Psychologically, I think they get really mentally fatigued and exhausted, but I think physically they start to get sick. And from a sort of like physiological perspective, I think part of that happens because our bodies, when we're overloaded with stress or when we're exposed to prolonged stress, all the energy gets diverted from your body's normal functioning, like where normally it would go towards the immune system to help fight off infections. The energy has to go elsewhere, and so your body starts to break down, and that's why students get sick around exam time. Sometimes students might turn to ways to kind of escape the stress. Healthy ways would be like hanging out with friends. I think crafts are a great stress reliever. Often when you're sitting in class and you're doing math homework or science or you're writing an English paper, that's very left-brained. So you're using a lot of your like mental energy in the left part of your brain. And then most like arts and crafts kinds of activities are more right-brained. Anything that's like spatial oriented or allowing you to maybe be a little more creative, think outside the box, that's a little more right brain activity. So it can be a huge stress reliever for students.
Sarah, amongst other teachers, incorporates crafts in her curriculum to stimulate the right side of the brain and provide students with an outlet from their stress. The Christmas card makery was an excellent idea to provide students with such outlets. It's very unfortunate that the library won't be hosting this year, but Miss Yamato Edwards, one of the Luke Center coordinators, informed me that the Luke leaders organized a hands-on service project in the library. Students are welcome in to make baby blankets for the babies at Kapiolani Hospital. The event will take place in Cook Library on Monday, December 15th to Wednesday, December 17th from 10:30 until 1:30. So make sure to check it out and take a quick break from your studying. Back to you, Bun.
Thank you, Kaitlyn. It's very unfortunate that we won't be able to do anything like make Christmas cards, but at least we'll be able to give back to people in need.
That's true. You should all go down to make some baby blankets instead. They will be donated to the Kapiolani Hospital. The event is taking place at Cook Library from December 15th until the 17th, from 10:30 to 1:30. See you there.
That sounds like a great idea. Well, it's time for us to head out. Thank you all for watching Punahou News Now. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Shoots.